I'd like to now talk about the critical area of insulation. So in our households, we often use the thing on the right, which is called insulation padding for systems like aircon. And what this does is it essentially prevents unwanted heat loss from taking place. So there is this whole idea that if I add insulation, it will always stop or rather reduce heat loss. But this is not always true, and actually sometimes adding more insulation can actually allow more heat loss, and this will be discussed in the in this few slides. So as we all know, the formula for heat loss or heat exchange is the change of temperature divided by total R, where total R is R conduction plus R convection, at least for this case for pipes. And just to get this out of the way, a big total R would means that there is less heat loss. A small total R would mean that there is more heat loss. So and also to break it down, R conduction is the formula on the top. R convection is the formula below. So I won't really go into K and H because that does not really concern critical area of insulation, at least for now. What I actually want to bring your attention to is R2. R2 is important because as you increase insulation, R2 is the one that will increase. And when R2 increases, it actually has an effect on R conduction and R convection. Namely, when R2 increases, it causes R conduction to increase, and that's because R2 is on the numerator side. For R convection, this is the other case, where increase of R2 will actually result in a decrease in R convection, because R2 is on the denominator side. So also a very important observation is for R conduction, R2 is in the lawn. So this actually means that R convection will have more of a precedence compared to R conduction on the effect it has on the Q formula. So actually at the beginning, because of R convection being more important, you'll actually result in a reduce of R, and this will actually allow for more heat to escape, as you can see from the graph, where at the beginning you're actually allowing more heat to escape as you increase R2. However, you'll come to a point called R critical, also known as the critical area of insulation, and at this point you reach Q max, but after you exceed this point, your Q will start to drop drastically. So obviously this R critical is very important. So is there a way that we can find or approximate it? Actually there is. So this is the solution for critical area of insulation, which is K divided by H, and these are just some arbitrary values for example. So K is the material conductivity and H is the heat transfer coefficient. So this is a very important radius that can be applied to an area, so that you know when enough insulation is needed and if your current insulation is actually working for you or against you.